Re-Imagining Riverleat, a participatory arts project, aims to facilitate processes for community members of Riverlea in Johannesburg. The project explores and represents their stories and the challenges that they currently face. The project reflects the diversity of Riverlea and seeks to explore the micro-communities within Riverlea, such as students, the elderly, people with disabilities, the unemployed youth, and as well as social activists. Through applied theatre and drama, the community members will be invited to express themselves and their individual stories. But to tell us more, we're joined by Bekie Ntini, who is the project manager for Re-Imagining Riverleat. Mr. Ntini, a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you. A good morning to you too.
Take us through what this project is all about. I mean, what really inspired it and why you decided to embark on it?
I think this project for us is a very critical project because it allows us an opportunity to work in communities. For us, we chose Riverlea because I think the community of Riverlea is known in the news mainly for social challenges, environmental challenges, and healthy challenges. And for us, it gives us an opportunity to engage with the community, for them to be able to tell their own stories using the mediums of photography and applied theatre as their voice, for them to be able to speak about their own challenges, but also to speak about their own past, to speak about their present circumstances, and also what they reimagine as the future.
And the project explores the challenges that they currently face, but also their imagined futures, as you've just said. What does it mean?
It means basically that we're going there to work with the community and give them a voice and space and a platform for them to speak about themselves. More often, I think such type of communities are spoken about by either the media or organizations that go in there and work there. But this project is unique in the sense that we are allowing the community to be able to speak about what Riverlea is, to speak about what they think is going on in Riverlea, but also what could be the possible solutions to the challenges that Riverlea is facing as a community.
And how do you hope that this project will contribute towards social change, not just in Riverlea, but in different societies?
I think for me, what's critical about this project is that it allows for social engagement. It allows for debates to start taking place. It allows for community members themselves to have their voice heightened. So for me, I think the element of social engagement, the element of collaborating and being able to creatively engage with many different aspects of the community, which are beyond, I think, just the challenges, but also what are their hopes, what are their aspirations, what are their futures.
I quite like what you said, that it'll sort of give community members a voice and their voices to be heightened. So what are the kinds of conversations that you hope that community members will have and engage in on this project?
I think the 25 participants that we have now are currently a very diverse group. I think they come from many different backgrounds. They have got different hopes. And for us, the fact that there's these different voices within that group is quite critical. The issues that are going to come up are issues that they will themselves want to raise. They will then go and engage with 150 community members. And so we are allowing for space for the community itself to be able to say these are issues without, I think, the facilitators and us as an organization going there and saying, but this is Riverlea and this is what we think is problematic in Riverlea. So the issues that will come up, we will see as the project goes on. But for now, like I say, we have a diverse group. We've got people that have got hopes in being musicians, that have got hopes in being media practitioners, that have got hopes in trying just to get their dreams going.
You know, arts can be very broad and in some instances abstract. So which facets of the arts in particular is this project, embarking on or focusing on?
So we're using photography, and I think photography is broken down into, I think, narratives, documentary photography, but also we have a strong element of mobile journalism where the participants will then use cell phones and smartphones, apps to be able to do multimedia projects. We are also using the medium of applied theatre, I think, which also has aspects of theatre of the oppressed, in which the community engage about themselves and sort of like just rehearse what they think could be the challenges or the aspects that they raise within the communities. So these are the two mediums that we are using within this project. At the end of the project, obviously, there will be a showcase of work that is being produced by the participants through various platforms, which includes an interdisciplinary exhibition, online platforms, small publications like zines and self-published catalogs.
You know, these artists, Mr. Ntini, may have or may harbor aspirations of making it big in the art space in its entirety, but with the lack of resources, that would be an exercise in futility. So do you get a sense that there is sufficient support structures in terms of the resources that are allocated to artists to, to ply their trade?
I think the issue of resources, particularly finances, are a huge challenge, and it's something that definitely needs to be addressed, I think, to allow young and emerging artists to be able to make it and to be able to reach their dreams. Obviously, this is a conversation that needs to take place, in the wider in the wide aspect of things, But for us, I think what we can do with this project is that we provide that initial platform, we provide that space where we can say this is what you could use art, particularly photography and applied theatre, to raise issues of your community. And where we can, obviously, we can try and provide other resources to further sustain the project, but also the participants that took part in it. But yeah, you're right. I think for the broader arts community, finances are a huge issue, and I think that's an issue that needs to be addressed quite extensively.
Yeah, you say that it's still an issue that needs to be addressed, but with whom? Who needs to be a part of these conversations, and who have you worked with? I mean, who have you engaged or are still engaging insofar as making sure that all the necessary resources are allocated to the artists? Have you perhaps got in touch with the Department of Arts and Culture to come on board as the key stakeholder in the country?
The Market Theatre Foundation is an entity of the Department of Arts, Sports and Culture. But for such type of projects, we also engage with other stakeholders. I think as the foundation ourselves, we try as much as we can for such types of projects to reach out to many stakeholders that come on board in terms of supporting us financially, but also supporting us in terms of resources to be able to do this project. Like I say, I think it's a process which really needs wider engagement, but we try as much as we can to reach out to various stakeholders that include civil society, other government departments, embassies, and other organizations to come on board and help us to be able to do this type of projects. And particularly for this one, we have a funding partner that has come through and is supporting us actually in terms of resources for the project.
Great stuff. Good to hear that, Mr. Ntini. And for those artists who are watching this interview and may want to be a part of it, how do they go about in being a part of this project?
I think the project is taking place in the community Riverlea itself, and the 25 participants will be going in the coming week to reach out to community members. I think they can come through and engage with them. We are doing the project at the Riverlea Recreational Center, but also I think we are available at our space at the Market Theatre Foundation to be able to engage with anyone who's interested in it. The showcase for the project will be on the 12th of November, and we invite anyone who's interested to come and see through the outcomes of this project.
Give us those details. Where and what time?
The showcase will be at the Riverlea Recreational Center, but also some of the works will be shown online at a website called photoformafrica.com. We will also, I think, through our websites at the Market Theatre Foundation, we will be showcasing some of the work there.
All right. Great chatting to you, Mr. Ntini. Thank you so much for your time and all the best in this project.
Thank you so much.
All right, there we go. That was Bekie Ntini talking to us about the Re-Imagining Riverleat, a participatory arts project aims to facilitate processes for community members of Riverleat. It is 4 minutes to 8.